Welcome to the Small Cabin in the Woods workshop. Working on some new benches. Did the wall here. Got it tucked in, kind of closed it in my porch area. I kind of made a wall. I got you guys kind of hanging out on the outside. Get you guys to stay stable there. Anyways, I'm working on a few little projects for this week. Got some beautiful bullseye ambrosia maple pieces. I made a couple cutting boards out of it so far, and they sold like hotcakes. This one has a slight crack in it, but I used the high strength wood glue, so that'll never be a problem again. So I'm working on that, trimming up. I got some small maple pieces here, cutting boards, table sleeves. We got some beautiful chestnut oak here, chestnut oak projects. So I get like small pieces after doing larger projects. So I like to at least kind of pre-plane them, kind of get them ready. I did get a joiner. That's why I put this new table area in. So I got a joiner. Hopefully it'll be in Monday or so, something like that. I've got some more bullseye ambrosia pieces, but I did cut it in half because it was way too wide, and all this thing would end up doing would be warping. So I'm going to cut it in half. This will actually be two different cutting boards, and I'm going to run a cherry piece in the middle. So that'll be really pretty. This tree I took down was just so awesome. See the little bullseyes in it and the puscules that grew out the side? I've got a lot more of this, where this came from. So I'm going to work on getting that planed up real quick here. This week, it's going to probably be a kind of a lax week. This video will probably be one of the few. And I know my glasses keep getting crooked. I broke the side off. I'm very good at destroying my glasses. I catch them on stuff, break them all the time. You got a little yellow jacket here. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? You wanna? What? I don't want to hang out now. I want to play with them. Anyways, so I'm gonna do a little planing here. Get this piece planed after that dries a little bit more. Don't take too long. That stuff is strong glue. So that'll be nice. We do got something really neat. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it. They call it Paulownia tree. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think sometimes they call it cottonwood. It's used overseas a lot. We used to sell it here in the United States. Trees brought crazy amount of money, and then I think they started growing it overseas instead of getting it from over here. But we had some. They're kind of like oval. They're not the best. I used to buy it and sell it, so they wouldn't have brought any real money. So since we had the mill, I went ahead and took one of the logs and got a couple big square pieces I could make some bowls out of, or continue to mill up, maybe make small crafts or projects. I'm not really sure. I did took a square piece inside, and I tried to turn it, and that was quite interesting. I mean, I don't know how to explain it. Say you took a dry sponge and added water to it, and it starts expanding and just kind of poofing out. That's kind of what it was doing as I was cutting it. I have no idea how you're supposed to cut that stuff smooth. It's fairly dry too. It's kind of weird how that Paulownia wood was working. It was like, good grief. It's just like, boof, it just expands as I was turning it. So I don't know if I'll be turning much with it, but I went ahead and got a bunch in here. I've got it drying. So hopefully we can do a little Paulownia wood work for too long. I'm not going to do much bowl turning this week. I'm just extremely busy. I got one I'm going to try to get done and get a video out this week. But I've been like burning the wick at both ends the candle, you know, just trying to come in from both ends, filling the booth, the antique mall. It's all full and up and running. And thank you so much for all the local people that are supporting me and buying stuff and suggesting items so I can make them for them. I think the yarn bowls were really popular. Um, the few that I made are already sold. You know, they were specifically asked for. So I think that was great. I'll make some more, you know, as we go along. Christmas time's coming. So if you're a local watcher to the Fredericksburg area here in Virginia or our county or something like that, send me a request. If you have a request of something in particular you would have an idea to be made, let me, hey, you know, that's great. You know, I want to try new stuff. So anyways, just send me a comment in the comments and I'll see if I can accommodate you or I'll ask more questions. Eventually, when I get my laser, I'm getting a CNC machine, so I'll do CNC woodwork and laser engraving. So hopefully when I get those pieces of equipment in, we'll start doing stuff and we'll have stuff on Etsy and on also on eBay. I'm not sure if I'm going to do Amazon. I might have to see what they want as far as funds and stuff like that, how they structure their stuff. It's just shipping is so darn expensive. It's just absolutely crazy. And all your profit goes out the door with the shipping. And I understand gas prices, everything else is so high. So anyways, I still don't know how Amazon does it, free shipping. You know, I guess they just have 1 million orders out there and they just keep all the orders, it adds up. So anyways, let me plane. I'm going to throw these two right here back through the planer. And this side isn't done, but I want to show you how pretty this comes out. So I'm going to bring you in here a little closer to me. Bring you in here where I can see that you guys can see what's going on. I'm having to kind of do this on the fly. Just using my phone. So anyways, you'll see how beautiful this stuff is once it comes through the planer. Let me get it adjusted here. So far, I'm loving my wind planer. It's been doing a really good job. So turn the vacuum. It's going to be a little noisy, so hold on. Anytime that I'm doing a planer like this, when we run it through the mill, sometimes the stuff could be on a taper, so it can be thicker on this end and thinner on that end. So when I first put it through, I'm really careful just to take my time and just take off a little bit at a time, because if you bind this up, it'll take big chunks out and you can damage the blade. So you just kind of want to work your way down to taking stuff off. Maybe no more than maybe a 32nd or a 16th. So let's crank it up and get it done again. You guys are going to love how pretty this comes out. You can see all the little bullseyes with the branches. And I don't know if I can get it close enough to where you can see that. It's just absolutely beautiful. This one's going to have to go through again. But man, this stuff is just some awesome stuff. It's a little thick right now, but this one shows it a lot more than that one does. And you can see that. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that right there. So these trees all had the ambrosia bug in them, and we've got quite a few of these trees out there. That particular tree, let me get you swung around here. That particular tree, for probably, I don't know, 10 years, I sat in my hunting blind watching this tree grow, going, man, one day when I get that to the mill, that's going to have some beautiful, beautiful lumber in it. Well, a storm came and blew it over. So we went ahead and cut it up. So I guess it was ready to be cut up. So anyways, let's go ahead and finish getting it planed really quick here. I got to go one more adjustment in. That'll be about a 16th there. Man, this stuff is so beautiful. I'll show you some more now that I got the other side done. Kind of shows you what's inside. Now I'm going to probably work on this bark and take most of this bark off of here. This thing was about 15 inches wide. To have left it together and not had ripped it down the center, this board might most likely, and already was, starting to warp. It's just a wide board, and without any kind of structure underneath it, it would have just been a problem. So my idea is I'll probably take the two pieces and go ahead and probably put an inlay of a cherry or something like that down the center of these two boards. Let me show you. I'll probably take this right here and then run a piece of cherry or something down the center of it, or even a red oak. A red oak looks really good. If I was to run a piece of red oak, I don't know if I can get these things to stand up here. If I were to put a piece of red oak between it, and I have some red oak here, there's some right here. So not this wide, not this wide. Let me just move that one over. But the contrast between the red oak and the maple is pretty good. So if I ran like a 2-inch piece of red oak down the middle to kind of divide it up a little bit, I think that would look really good. Now this is going to be a this will end up being a serving tray. I did one, it wasn't as wide, and it was a lot more stable. I didn't have any issues with it. I could technically run it through the joiner now that I've cut it, and I could glue it back together and possibly put like some, make some feet that held it up off the ground, but that structure going all the way across underneath would do a good job at holding it together. So that's an option as well. So, you know, if you had something like, let me aim you guys down on the bench here a little more. If I did something like, let's see, I can't even remember if this thing was like that or not. No, it was like this. So I could take and put this like this. You can already see it's got a little warp to it. I'll have to take it over to the joiner. That's just not too bad, but I'll have to put it on the joiner. But I could take and make like a little bit of a foot or something, you know, that was like, say, 2 inches with like some legs that curved up. And if I put that underneath it on each end, that would give it enough strength to where it wouldn't warp. But that's why I did that cut down the middle, because to have this wide of a board without something underneath it, you know, it's going to cup. Everybody's house changes all year long, and I know anybody has ever messed with wood, you know that wood, it moves around. And I don't care how dry it was and how much in the kiln you had it, it's still going to move around. So I think doing this is going to be the best relief for it. I just haven't decided whether I'm just going to go ahead and glue it back together and then put a, you know, like a leg underneath each end. So it's still got to get a little thinner. It's a little thick. I don't need it that thick. Makes it kind of heavy. If I'm going to make a serving tray or something for your table, some people might not like it. It's got moss on it. If I can get the moss cleaned off, I'll probably leave the bark on it. I'll just sand it down really good, and that should make a nice little. That should make a nice piece right there. I had one similar to it, and excuse me, I made that close. Let me get you guys up here a little bit. Tight quarters, tight quarters. But I have this piece, like I said, and we'll run this through the planer, and this is stable enough. The size of it, it's right around 12 inches. So this will make a nice serving platter, tray. I always finish everything with tongue wall and food grade stuff. So if somebody wants to use it as a cutting board / serving tray, they can. It all is food safe. It's just up to them. Some people use their serving trays. They'll prepare all their food, and then they'll put it on there that way. So that's an option too. Let me get this down here to where it fits this. I'll take about a 30-second off at a time. Noise off out here. This stuff is so much fun to work with. This is that we had the ambrosia beetle in a lot of our trees, and so it's got these little teeny holes in them. It's no big deal. This stuff's all been through the drying kiln and everything, and so it's not any issue. I built my countertops out of it, and so my countertops out of it. I built a pantry out of this stuff. Tough as can be, absolutely beautiful. Everybody comes over the house, we're like, oh my God, who built your countertops? Me. And we milled it here at our own farm. So that's the fun part. I can mill it, dry it, build something for myself, and every day I get to look at that, at the work I did, and appreciate it. And a lot of other people show me the same. They tell me the same thing. I say this one had a little bit of a crack here. I put some real heavy-duty extra strength glue in it, and that stuff is super strong, but I'll go ahead and glue it again now that I've planed it and opened it up a little bit. So that'll never go anywhere. So this will become a serving tray. I say I've done 3 of them, and they weren't even at the booth a day. So I think there's like people that come in there and say, hey, he's got another one of these, and they tell their friends. So which is great. This equipment, it ain't free. So in order for me to get more equipment and to continue to grow, I need the support and the financial support too as well. So one day maybe YouTube will start paying me, but we got a ways to go before that happens, I think. So for now, it's a hobby. I want to share it with you guys on YouTube because I think it's great. You know, I think woodworking is lots of fun, and it's just so satisfying to be able to do this kind of stuff. I know there's a lot of people out there retire like me, and they take up this. It keeps us busy, and it's just so much fun. And then having a mill and our own trees to cut, I find just beautiful stuff. If I had to pay for this in order to sell it, I wouldn't be able to do it because the market right now doesn't support too much money when it comes to this. So hopefully we'll get that turned around here in next years to come. But anyways, thank you for watching the channel. Just wanted to do a little live. I built a new cubby area here. I got a joiner coming. Not going to turn any bowls this week. I'm just so busy, and frankly, I need a break. So I've been doing both YouTube channels, filling the antique mall booth. So what it's going to do is I may bring some shorts or some lives this week when I come out to the shop, because I am going to be at the shop. I don't always necessarily have a video type video to do. I can do a live where I'm doing a bunch of different stuff. So I may just do that this week. It may just be some lives in the evening. When I get home, we'll do some wood prep. We're going to be gluing some of these together. Maybe making the little legs that go underneath them on the bandsaw. So little projects like that. We'll probably end up doing little projects like that this week. I say I'm going to take a break from the wood turning as far as the lathe goes, because I really need to get some of this stuff done and over to the antique mall, because people have requested some of this stuff. So I need to focus on that. The holiday season's coming up. Hopefully we'll have eBay and some of our other store possibilities open, so you guys can buy this that's not local. I love to be able to do that. We have such beautiful lumber here. We have very beautiful dark walnut. So hopefully, like some of these right here, you know, I can sell these on Amazon, blanks for guys who want to do crafts and stuff like that. I just got to figure out all the shipping and stuff. And, you know, there may be a minimum that which you have to buy in order to make it worth it. Luckily, walnut's not real super heavy. The paulownia is not super heavy. Maple's kind of heavy. Oak, of course, is heavy. The shipping's always been the issue. So, anyways, I got a few more. Let me find them here. A few more. Oh, yeah. Here it is. I got some nice, and this is going to show you really nice. This is going to be really nice. I don't know. You can't make it out because I haven't planed it yet. But let me throw this through the planer real quick. Make sure it fits in here. Hopefully I'll build a back bench when I add the addition on the back. I'll have all this stuff right here will go in the back. This is that ambrosia maple. So let me throw this through there, and you'll get to see how beautiful this stuff is. But just let me get it all adjusted here. This little planer's just been doing amazingly better than I thought it would. I'm just trying to get I only like to take like a 30-second off at a time. So let me adjust it. Okay, noise coming. Hold on. Got a little bit of a curve here. Now you can see the ambrosia. That's when the beetles dying in there, and you can see the little holes. It's no big deal. They'll seal up with the finish, and there's no bugs in it. It's all been dry kilned. So beautiful stuff. So lots of projects this week. So it's already been 25 minutes, and I try to keep it under 30 minutes. So anyway, thank you for your support with the channel. Please share, like, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a blessed week.